Hey everyone, Crystal Gamer here with a new Sims 4 video. Today's is a CAS build, which for the few of you who have landed in here who are not Sims people, CAS is Create a Sim. This is where we mold the Sims to be what we want them to be. And as you can see here, they give us an awful lot of flexibility as far as we can really get detailed on molding eye shapes, nose shape, mouth shape, all that stuff. They give us a good amount with the body too. I think they could give us more with the body, but the face, the detailing on the face is pretty cool. The one thing that they don't give us is the ability to make a really, really ugly Sim though. I've tried. I can't make them really, really ugly. But this build is the complete opposite of that, actually. This is a huge build. It's 8 girls, which I do believe is the most that we can have in one household in the game. And so these girls, I have dubbed them the GlamGirls. And I have done this because they are glamorous. At least that's the goal. The goal is for them to be glamorous. And the other goals that I had going into this, because I was doing 8 girls, I really wanted to get a very wide variety of both skin colors and hair colors is what I was going for. So I wanted a pretty diverse group, not as a political statement or anything like that, just because I wanted to have different looking girls. So we have a little bit of everything in this group. This first girl here, she is Tanisha is her name, and she is, I believe she is my darkest skinned. Yes, she is the darkest skinned of the entire group. She is also the one with the shortest hair. She's the only one actually that has short hair. And as you can see, she's quite attractive, very stylish. She's also the only one that I give stockings to on her everyday clothes. And this particular build, speaking of everyday clothes, this particular build only goes over the everyday clothes, the everyday wear. At the end of it, I do show their formal wear and their party wear, but the build was just going to take forever if I showed it all, because I took forever in creating them. And a big part of that is I got so much stuff for Christmas, which is so awesome, but I got so much stuff for Christmas that I had so much content, new content to go through, and I kind of spent a lot of time sort of going through every single hairstyle, most of the dresses. Oh, speaking of dresses, the other goal that I had with this, sorry, I'm over here scratching my nose. The other goal that I had with this is to use all of the one-piece dresses. I really wanted to, for all 3 categories that I mentioned earlier, the everyday wear, the formal wear, and the party wear, I wanted to use one-piece outfits. I personally think that the selection of one-piece outfits is fabulous. And everything that I'm using is all stuff that's from the game itself. I have no custom content in this build, so if you're interested in downloading it, they're going to be on the gallery, and there is no custom content. But I did mention I just got several new packs for Christmas, and so I haven't looked yet, but I'm going to guess that these girls, just their clothes and stuff, are probably covering a pretty wide variety of game packs and stuff like that. But they are glamorous girls. They are even in their everyday wear. Their everyday wear is really dressed up. This one here, this is our second girl. She's Tanisha. She's one of my latest girls, one of 2 blondes that I have. So this is Jessica, and all of them, I should mention, all 8 of them have the snobby trait, because I wanted them all to be glamorous and very snobby about their glamorousness. And so my idea is that these girls, they have money, they're snobby, they're really good looking, they live in the city. I have them in my head there, and I haven't put them in one yet, but I'm thinking one of the penthouses in the city. So I am going to create a place for them in Myshuno, in the game's city of Myshuno. Gonna try and get them some penthouse loft and build it out at some point. But for right now, I just have the girls, and they're all gonna live together in their snobbery. So that should be fun. And let's see, we are on girl number 3. Who does girl number 3 end up being? Oh, this ends up being Lonnie. That's right. This one here, I tried to go a little bit Asian with her. as good as I could. I think I managed to get her a little bit of an Asian look. I was thinking a little bit about Sense8. I don't know if any of you have ever watched the show Sense8. It's a Netflix show. And one of the characters in that show is a girl from China or Korea. I can't remember now. That region. Anyway, I actually made her in Sims already. I made her in a separate CAS thing. But I had her kind of in mind a little bit when I was creating Lonnie here. And I like Lonnie. She's pretty. They're all pretty. I like them all. Except I will say my last girl, Nikki, she's probably my least favorite. And I think it's because I started getting tired by the end. It was a lot of work doing all these girls. And especially going through all the new content. And I don't say this in a bad way because it's fun, quote unquote, work. It's a lot of fun doing that. And I love this stuff, the makeup and going through I have a lot of new makeup things, the options that I didn't have before. Although I found that even though I have a lot of new makeup options now with getting all these new game packs and everything that I got for Christmas, I still seem to, for the makeup, I still stuck a lot with, I think, more kind of base makeup. And I think it's because a lot of the new stuff that we got, I don't know, it's really specific stuff, you know, like one little section of the lip has lipstick or something like that, or they had eye makeup where the makeup went really far outside the eyes, and it was more like something that you would wear to maybe a party or something. And I thought about using some of that for the party wear for them, and I think maybe I used a little, I maybe went a little bit more, I don't know, out there with the makeup for the party, but still not very much. I still couldn't bring myself to get into some of those options. I'm happy they exist, but just for this, I didn't see these girls as the type to do that sort of thing. I actually almost see them as maybe being a little bit too snobby for the really kind of out there makeups. Maybe. So now we have our first three girls done. So we have Tanisha, Jessica, and Lonnie done so far. And our fourth girl here, this girl becomes Victoria, and she ends up being our only redhead. And I really like this red color too. This is a good red color for hair. And I make her, she's got the biggest hair. She ends up having the biggest hair. And I dress her in red too because I found a red dress that just really, really worked really well with her hair. And normally I would advise, in real life, I would advise redheads to stay away from the color red in their clothes unless you can match it. You know, you have to be able to match it. You can't clash it because you can't have two clashing red colors. So you have to be careful, you know. But yeah, there it is. There's the dress, and it works with that hair color so well. She's so matchy-matchy, but a very, very classy looking matchy-matchy. So yeah, so this is Victoria. I don't know what else I'm getting for. Oh, I'm checking different bracelets. That's what I'm doing at the moment. Oh, and those white stockings. I thought about keeping those white stockings for a second, the ones that have something on them. I don't know if they're little flowers or little stars or whatever, but they look pretty cute. And I almost had her in stockings as well. But I ended up with only Tanisha in stockings for the everyday wear, and I think I have one or two of them in stockings for the party wear. And I believe on the formal wear, I have all long dresses. Every single one of them is in dresses to the floor. Yeah, look at this makeup. It's beautiful. Her lips look great. Oh, yeah, there we go. I was hoping that I would get back close up on the face and get a good look at that makeup because I really, really like that. Trying to take her cheeks in a little bit because, you know, I imagine these glamorous girls kind of like model beautiful or whatnot. Most of them will have the cheeks go in a little bit under the cheekbones, you know, and accentuate that with the makeup a little bit, or at least try for it. Now let's see, we are on girl number 5. Who does girl number 5 end up being? Oh, when she gets hair, I might be able to remember. Oh, I know who this ends up being. This becomes Zoe. Zoe's one of my favorites. Yeah, I should have realized that right away because she's one of my favorites. I don't know why. I just kind of like her. I think it's her formal outfit. I really enjoy her formal outfit a lot. And Jessica. I love Jessica's stuff. I think Zoe, Jessica, and Tanisha are my favorites. I would be interested to know, obviously I'm a brand new YouTuber right now, so I don't really have a following yet, but hopefully one day, if I get a viewership and I get a following on this, I would be really interested to know, like, how people would rank these girls. Like, who's your favorite 1 through 8? I think for me, well, we have to see the rest of the girls because right now we're only on Zoe. We still have, who do we have left? We have Tanya is after Zoe, and then we have Sophie and Nikki. And so for me, oh goodness, I don't know. I really like Zoe a lot. Jess, Tanisha, maybe Lonnie next. And then we have to see the other ones though for me to be able to decide on the rest of them. I kind of think maybe Sophia, Victoria, Tanya, and then Nikki. I think that might be my order. Maybe. We'll have to look at the end. You guys will be able to pause the video. I go through and I show them all in their outfits, in their different outfits, so you'll be able to see them and pause and decide for yourself which ones you like. It was tough to get the pictures. I had to do all separate pictures of them. Because in here, they're all separate. And at the end of it, you only get one photo of them all together, and it's a small photo. And it's kind of like, well, no, I want to show all these outfits. So that was a fun little playing around thing I ended up doing in Photoshop to show them all. You guys will see that at the end, towards the end of the video. So now we are on Tanya. And I wanted one girl that had either dreads or braids, weaves, something like that. I wanted something like that. And so Tanya ends up being my girl for that. And she has a really cool updo for her formal wear as well. My only complaint with that, her formal wear is awesome. It's this beautiful orange dress. And I love working with darker skin because I can use like oranges and like, look at this lime green. Like lime green does not look good on light skin, right? So it's awesome using the darker skin because I can use oranges and lime greens and yellows and all sorts of stuff like that. So it's fabulous. But so anyway, I have this beautiful orange dress on her for her formal wear, and I have this cool updo, and her hair stays in the braids for the updo. You can see here, I'm playing around with the makeup a little bit. You can see for a second I tried a couple of the more out there ones, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I just don't like the way they look enough. But anyway, going back to the hair, I'm sorry about losing my train of thought here all the time. But going back to the hair, so I have this really cool updo, and her hair stays in the braids for the updo, which is really neat. You kind of want that, stay true to reality. The only problem with it, it's like I have to get on the creators for this. The updo is held together by this blue band. Okay, that's fine. Except for that's the only color available. Like seriously, I get one color. So I really, really wanted to use that hairstyle for the formal hair, but that's it. She's stuck with a blue band with a gorgeous orange dress, and I can't change the color of the band. And there are no other options. And it's just like, oh God. I hope, because it's my biggest complaint, and I know you guys, anyone that's watching me regularly or ends up watching me regularly in the future, you're going to hear me say the stuff about the color picker. I'm going to complain about that till the cows come home. But I know that EA cannot possibly release another Sims game without it, because I think the entire builder community will just be up in arms and like ready to kill something. Because it limits us so much not being able to have that color picker, So now we're on to Sophie, and Sophie is my second blonde. I ended with 2 blondes, 2 brunettes, a redhead. Lonnie and Tanisha both have black hair. Actually, 3 brunettes, because Tanya has black hair as well. And I would say, I think that I'm sorry, I screwed that up. Tanya's hair is brown, so we have 3 brunettes, I think, because Zoe, Tanya, and Nikki are all brunettes, and then Tanisha and Lonnie both have black hair. So yeah, that was my spectrum. I tried to cover the spectrum, and I think I did a pretty good job. Sophie here, I love her in pink. She's great in pink. The blondes look really great in pink for some reason. Both of the blonde girls look really great in pink. And Sophie's a pretty girl too. Well, of course, they all have to be pretty, right? That's the whole idea, is that they're glam girls. Now, see, this makeup here I like. This goes around, the pink goes outside of the black, but it's good. It's a good add while still being subtle enough, not too crazy out there. I tried some of the other ones. I just couldn't make it happen. Couldn't do it. She's got one of the longest everyday dresses, so she's more conservative than some of the others on her everyday wear. But look at those lips. And now we hit our last girl. This is Nikki. Nikki ends up being somewhere in the middle of the skin color spectrum, and I was kind of, with her, I was sort of maybe going for something that was, I don't know, kind of nondescript. And I know you've all seen people, we all have seen people where you have no idea whatsoever what their racial background is. Like, well, maybe it could be something from South America or India or somewhere, but we're really not sure. That's kind of what I was going for with Nikki. I wanted her to be sort of nondescript. Her eyes are almost maybe slightly Asian influence or something, but her skin's a little bit darker, and so yeah, she's very nondescript. She's somewhere in between everything, which I thought was kind of cool. This that we're looking at now ends up being her final everyday dress, I believe, but not her final everyday hair. I end up changing her hair out. I'm doing her jewelry and stuff now. I really like this dress. I think it's a cool one. And I was trying to, in addition to using all of the choosing from all of the one-piece dresses, I was also trying to see if I could make sure to have the girls in different colors. I did overlap some colors here and there, like I think on the formal wear I might have 2 of them in blue, or maybe it's the party wear or something like that. So there were a couple of times where I used the same color, but I really tried to go as different as I could. Yeah, work on her for a little while, but I don't feel like I spend as much time on Nikki. Like I after the fact, I was kind of like, I should have spent some more time. I was going for, I wanted sort of like a model's kind of look around the chin line, and I couldn't get it. And so then I went through the thing and I chose a jawline, not chin line, jawline. And I'm not sure, I don't know. I just feel like I should have spent more time on her, that I could have made her even better looking. She's one of my only ones. She and Lonnie end up with updos, I think, for the everyday look. And that was another thing. I wanted the variety, one with short hair, a couple of updos, a couple of long hair, a couple with braids. Jessica has a side braid too, which I kind of like. But yeah, variety, I was really kind of going for variety and sort of everything here. And here we are going through each of them, which means that we are getting really close to the finalization and looking at the final images and seeing what all these girls came out looking like. And they will be available on the gallery. Their name is GlamGirl, so you can look it up by that, GlamGril, or by my EA account name, CrystalGamer1, if you would like to download them. And thanks so much for spending the time with me. I appreciate y'all spending the time and hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support my channel, I would be most appreciative if you like and subscribe. And I hope to see you again next time around. Y'all take care.